Welcome back to Time with God series, Joyce Meyer's Everyday Life Bible Journey for Busy Moms. I'm WendyMichelle Thompson, and today we are reading Exodus 14. Please forgive me if I have trouble with this. What I thought was a simple eye infection 4 visits later has turned into a huge cornea problem in my right eye. So literally, I can only see out of this eye. It has put a lot of strain. So I will do my best for you guys, but I did not want you to think I had forgotten you. It's been a little tough. I would appreciate your prayers so much. And I have put everything on my iPad so I can make it bigger. Hopefully I'll be able to read it halfway decent for you. I've tried twice already. Anyways, Exodus 14. And the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to turn back and encamp before Pi-hahiroth, between Migdal and the Red Sea, before Baal-zephon. You shall encamp opposite it by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the Israelites, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in. I will make strong Pharaoh's heart, that he will pursue them, and I will gain honor and glory over Pharaoh and all his host, and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord." And they did so. Verse 5. It was told the king of Egypt that the people had fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was changed towards the people. And they said, "What is this we have done? We have let Israel go from serving us." And he made ready his chariots and took his army. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the other chariots of Egypt, with officers over all of them. The Lord made hard and strong the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued the Israelites, for they left proudly and defiantly. The Egyptians pursued them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them and camped at the Red Sea in front of Baal-zephon. Verse 10. When Pharaoh drew near, the Israelites looked up, and behold, the Egyptians were marching after them, and the Israelites were exceedingly frightened and cried out to the Lord. And they said to Moses, "Is it because there are no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you treated us this way and brought us out of Egypt? Did we not tell you in Egypt, 'Let us alone, let us serve the Egyptians'? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness." Moses told the people, "Fear not, stand still, firm, confident, undismayed, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. For the Egyptians you have seen today, you shall never see again. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace and remain at rest." Verse 15. The Lord said to Moses, "Why do you cry to me? Tell the people of Israel to go forward. Lift up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, and the Israelites shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And behold, I will harden make stubborn and strong the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall go into the sea after them, and I will gain honor and over Pharaoh and over all his host, his chariots and horsemen. The Egyptians shall know and realize that I am the Lord when I have gained honor and glory over Pharaoh. And the angel of God who went before the host of Israel moved and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before them and stood behind them. Verse 20. Coming between the host of Egypt and the host of Israel, it was a cloud and darkness to the Egyptians, but it gave light by night to the Israelites, and the one host did not come near the other all night. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the Israelites went into the midst of the sea on dry ground, the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. The Egyptians pursued and went in after them into the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And in the morning watched the Lord through the pillar of fire. The cloud looked down on the host of the Egyptians and discomfited them. Verse 25. And bound, clogged, took off their chariot wheels, making them drive heavily. And the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians. Verse 26. Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out your hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots and horsemen. So Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength and normal flow when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled into it, being met by it. And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians and shook them off into the midst of the sea. The waters returned and covered the chariots, the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that pursued them. Not even one of them remained. But the Israelites walked on dry ground in the midst of the sea, the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. Verse 30. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day from the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did against the Egyptians, and the people reverently feared the Lord and trusted in, relied on, remained steadfast to the Lord and to his servant Moses. That concludes Exodus chapter 14. I'm so sorry. That was probably rough for you guys. My eye is killing me. Please pray for my right cornea. We don't know right now. The medication I'm taking hour by hour, and it's 2 different ones. I take one on the odd hours and one on the even hours. And even though my eye is not red and puffy, I still can't see out of it. So I will be going back to see the cornea specialist and see if he thinks I may need a cornea transplant. That's definitely much better than going blind, which is the next thing he said. But if so, God is in control. And I thank you guys for being with me. I pray for each one of you. God bless your today and all your tomorrows. And I will continue to try to read through this for you guys. If you don't see me post, it's because I'm having some terrific pain and having a really hard time seeing. So just know that everything's fine. And again, thank you so much for your prayers and your love. God bless you.